as a global resolution, so they're all packaged together, and they percent bond on each one of those.
Okay. Did they change your sentence at all?
No, they adjourned the court date until the 16th of December so that I could come to 36th District Court to deal with the larceny in the building case.
Okay, so what
Your
I was
Honor?
suggesting, I'm sorry, go ahead, Ms. Coyle.
I'm gonna say that Mr. Stansfield's right on the money. Not only that, it appears that they're waiting for resolution of these cases. He's right. There's 3,010% with the tether, not a remand on those bonds. And so he's got a cash bond on all of those cases. And it appears they're waiting for this case to catch up so they can resolve everything together. So
Okay. So we get 9,000 to post, and then we can bring this case up to circuit court and hopefully get something going. All right, then that concludes this hearing. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Ms. Scheib, are you ready on Mr. Reed, or do you want to pass on that one?
We're ready, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, this is State of Michigan versus Devon Reed, case 2006-224701. Today is the date set for the redetermination hearing. Appearances, please.
Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
Jessica Scheib on behalf of Mr. Reed.
All right, Mr. Reed, good morning. Today is the date set for, thank you, sir. Today is the date set for the redetermination hearing. Ms. Scheib, asked to bond.
Your Honor, as to bond, I don't think that Mr. Reed should be in front of you right now. This is what happened. Mr. Reed had a capious bond of $5,000 for missing court April 6, 2022. This is a case from 2020. So he explained to us why he had missed court. We wrote a motion, Your Honor, to Judge Jefferson. I wrote it myself that day. Judge Jefferson immediately responded, and I do have a copy of that motion. And when she responded, she typed in 10,000 with a GPS tether, no curfew. She didn't put personal bond after it or cash. She just wrote 10,000. So the magistrate that date wanted us to get clarification. So I emailed Judge Jefferson myself, and Judge Jefferson responded personal. So we printed the motion and the reply of the email. We gave it to the magistrate that day, and they recalled the matter and they put it on the record. So I don't know why that didn't reflect on the Register of Actions. The last thing in the Register of Actions is that it's a $10,000, I'm sorry, that it's a $5,000 cash bond. So something didn't get put right. And so he should only be waiting for a tether. And I'm hoping they put him on the list since Wednesday and didn't not put him on the list because they think it's a cash bond.
So on the MIT, it says cash bond?
I don't have access to the MIT, but I have the Register of Action. And the Register of Action says, it says 5,000 cash, which is, it stayed at what the capious bond was because she called the case, and when she didn't have clarification at first, she kept it as what the bond is because the magistrate can't change it. And then they recalled the matter when we got the clarification just about an hour later, not even while we were still on the morning record, but for some reason, it's not in the Register of Actions. So
Ms. Coyle, do you have any anything you wish to put on the record as to this matter?
No, Your Honor, and if I do trust Ms. Scheib as officer of the court, Your Honor. If Judge Jefferson said 10,000 personal with the tether, based on everything here, it's non-assaultive. And it's one capious, but it is, although 2 years ago. I have no objection to that bond anyhow.
So, well, I'm glad that we are here because, we would have been addressing this on the PCC date versus 2 days later if there was an entry issue. And if it's our bad, then I'll make sure that there's a MIT that reflects a $10,000 personal with a GPS tether for monitoring purposes. And then, Mr. Reed, let me give you your next date. One second, sir. December 12th, 2024, before Judge Jefferson. December 12th, before Judge Jefferson. You're all set, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mr. Turner, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is State of Michigan versus Joseph Turner, cases 2406016101 and case 1705885001. Today is the date set for bond redetermination hearings. Appearances, please.
Mr. Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
Jessica Shep.
You have the right to remain candidate against you, have the right to an attorney. If you can afford an attorney, one will be appointed on your behalf. The tickets are X440922. Driving license suspended. And Z8084281. Operating on visibly impaired. You have pled guilty to that, and you have review date and pretrial date January 10th in front of Judge Archer in both of these matters. Is that clear, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, now to the main matter. Case number 240-454-21001. People say Michigan versus Jerry Simpson. Appearances, please.
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748.
And good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, P78830, appearing on behalf of Mr. Simpson. Mr. Simpson has been advised of his constitutional rights, waives formal reading, stands mute. He has that a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
All right, Court, a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Simpson. Bond argument, Ms. Douglas.
Your Honor, Mr. Simpson, the people would ask for $25,000 personal with tether house arrest. Mr. Simpson has multiple pending cases right now and extensive criminal history, including the 2009 juvenile adjudication of home invasion second, 2018 conviction for robbery unarmed, a 2015 Hyde conviction for robbery unarmed, a 2021 malicious destruction of property less than 200, and a 2020 DV. Your Honor, pending right now, he has a case in 36th District Court 21044948801, where he is charged with malicious destruction of a building less than 200. That actually dates back to 2021 when he was arraigned. However, due to multiple failures to appear to, that case is still pending. He was last arraigned on a bench warrant October 28th of 24, and at that time given a bond of 1,000 personal with tether house arrest. Your Honor, he has another case pending at Third Circuit Court. That's case number 24-006697-01, date of offense of August 4th of 2024. So committed while he was a capious on his MDOV case. Your Honor, that one he is charged with CSC third degree, person 13 to 15, and CSC fourth degree
Douglas,
victim.
question. How many cases in total does he have pending?
He has 3 that are pending right now.
Is he
And
on
then-
tether on any of those?
He's on tether house arrest on the MDOB, less than 200. He's on tether house arrest. The CSC, it says tether, but I don't know if there's any conditions on the tether. I don't know what those are. And
So he's
then,
got two pending cases where he has a tether. Is that correct?
yes, Your Honor. And then he
Okay, go
has, and then he has a OW operating while visibly intoxicated case. That'll be the third pending case. He pled on that, but then he was arraigned on the bench warrant on that August 13th of 24, sentenced to 93 days in jail, and he was supposed to turn himself in the next day to report for jail, and he just never turned himself in, Your Honor. So he has a history of not appearing, and then he has a history of assaultive conduct. There was a prior case with the same complaining witness that was the offense date was actually subsequent to this offense date, but she missed the exam on 11/20. She called that day to, it looks like it was either the victim advocate or the APA said she overslept. So that might get reissued, but we're asking for 25,000 personal tether house arrest.
Okay, Ms. Rushing, just to address the issue of tether.
Your Honor, if he already has tethers on 2 other cases, I don't see the need for them, especially if this one defeated that one. And there's obviously a case with a much higher charges. This is a domestic violence count, which is a misdemeanor. So we would just ask for the personal bond.
I would agree with you, Ms. Rushing. $25,000 personal bond, no contact with Toriana Miles May, not to possess any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons while this case is pending. I don't see the benefit of yet a third tether order. Pre-trial, December 17th, in front of Judge Garrett. Okay, step aside. Step aside, sir. Mr. Bellard, you ready? Master Esoter is ready. Mr. Bellard, show is yours. Okay.
Mr. Ballard,
Yes, go.
please say your full name, sir, including your middle name, if you have any.
Gregory D'Angelo Bellard.
Ms. Ballard, Magistrate at Charlotte, here are two criminal matters. Case number 1904-661701, and that charge is retail fraud, third degree. It looks like there was a resolution. And then case number 22058700601, that charge larceny in a building, malicious destruction of personal property, less than $200. Mr. Ballard, you have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, P78830, appearing on behalf of Mr. Bellard. Mr. Bellard has been advised of his constitutional right to waive full reading, stands mute, and ask that a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
Thank you. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty on the misdemeanor matter. Court date is December 18, 2024. It's a review court date in front of Judge Bryant. Bond condition on that one, sir, is you're not to go to any Meyer stores. You understand that bond condition, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Felony charge, sir. Court dates are December 13, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, December 18, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Giles. Bond condition on that one, sir. You're not to go to the Greektown Casino while this case is pending. You understand that bond condition?
Yes.
Thank you. That being said, Counselor Ragman, give your recommendation, 2019 and 2022 cases.
Good morning, Your Honor. Samuel A. Reagan, 157 on behalf of the people. People are asking for a $10,000 personal bond in each matter. I believe there was a habeas on one, but we're just asking for a personal
Okay.
bond. Thank you.
All right. I don't see the capias, but I'll take your word for it, that there is a capias. Okay,
It
on the
was,
misdemeanor matter. And Council Rushing, no objection?
No objection to the personal bonds on both, Judge.
Okay. That's gonna have to be changed. So 10,000 personal on the misdemeanor matter. My understanding, it's an AG case. Council Ragnan, felony, and you don't appear for the AG cases. Is that correct, counsel?
well, the larceny in a building case is a felony case, correct?
It's a AG, Attorney General.
Oh, and yes, we're not appearing then. I didn't see that. Thank you, Your Honor.
And Council Rushing, you're asking for a personal bond, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, that is from 2022, charges non-assaultive. Bond in that case is gonna be $10,000 personal bond on that. Thank you. That concludes the arraignment of Mr. Bellard.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Nice to
Thank
see
you.
Your Honor. Have a good
Ms.
day.
Lisa? Thank you. You can step aside, Mr. Bellard. On this one, it needs to be changed to personal bond on that one, okay? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Rebecca Fazo. State your name. Fazo.
Rebecca. Morning, Your Honor.
Okay.
Faisal.
Morning, you have three cases. Case number 240-460-4301, retail fraud, third degree. Case number 240-448-5901, People State of Michigan versus Rebecca Fazo, retail fraud, third degree. There's a capias on this one. Defendant is considered absconded from probation. A $1,500 cash surety bond set December 5th this year.
Which case, Your Honor, if I may ask?
240-448-5901. And then the last one is case number 240-460-4401, People State of Michigan versus Rebecca Fazo. retail fraud, third degree. Appearances, please.
Samuel A. Ragan for the people, Your Honor.
And good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, P 78830, appearing on behalf of Ms. Bezo this morning. Ms. Bezo has been advised of her constitutional rights, waives formal reading, stands mute, and asked that a not guilty plea be entered on her behalf.
Okay, not guilty plea will be entered and or continued on two of the cases. On the case of the capias, she has pled guilty to Judge Kenyatta Stanford Jones. She was on probation for and failed to appear, and she set that $1,500 cash surety bond. Have we heard otherwise, Ms. Rushing?
Your Honor, we have not. That was, I do believe that this court has the authority to.
Nope.
No.
I'm not. I may very well, but I'm not inclined to do it, particularly in the capias when she's the defendant is considered absconded from probation.
Your Honor, that capias was issued.
December 5th.
Yes, Your Honor, which is yesterday. My client was locked up in Wayne County Jail. So if the Wayne County Jail doesn't put you on to Zoom court for your court and you miss, is that to her own? You know, is that to?
Well, that's a very good point, but this is what we're going to do. Mr. Ragnar, what is your bond recommendation on the other two cases?
Well, we're going to ask a $20,000 personal bond on the other two cases, Your Honor. I was aware of the 2 years probation she got on the police assaulting case, but we'll let you handle the capias bond. Thank you.
Okay. Any objection to the personal bond on those two other cases, Ms. Rushing?
No objection.
Okay, well, $20,000 personal bond on those other two cases. And what's your position as to the capias bond, Mr. Ragnar?
Well, Your Honor, I believe that personal bond of $20,000 plus a GPS tether with home arrest would hopefully would suffice in getting her to appear at the time that she's requested to do so in court.
Your Honor, if I may just address the tether.
I'm not inclined to give a tether if it's not addressed in the capias bond.
Okay.
So it's either, you can address it if you want to, but I don't see a need for it.
Well, Judge, and there's no need for me to address it. Sounds like we're on the same page.
But may not the same paragraph though, as I like to say.
But yes, Judge, we're just asking for that to be, like I said, she was in custody. This was yesterday. She was
Right.
At the Wayne County Jail. So we are asking for a personal bond. Obviously, the fact that she has pled lets us know that she does show up to court.
Okay. I guess I'm curious as to why is considered absconded.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? They can deal with that at the next court date. Your points are well taken, Ms. Rushing, but I am not going to change this bond set by Judge Jones. It's going to remain the same, $1,500 cash surety. And we can have a bond redetermination hearing will be Monday, December 19th. Let's say 9th or 19th? 9th. I meant 9th. Okay. In front of Chief Judge McConico.
Excuse me, Your Honor, may I approach?
May you approach what?
May I speak, Your Honor?
Sure, but your attorney doesn't want you to.
Ms. Bezo, I just want to let you know, you can speak if you want, but just remember that everything that you say is being recorded and can be used against you. I'm already in contact with our office. We're going to try and get you in front of Judge Jones this morning. Try and get that changed. I don't believe the judge is going to change the bond at this time.
Regardless, bond determination Monday, December 9th, all three of your pre-trials will be this December 17th in front of Judge Jones. You have any other questions, ma'am?
Can I
Ma'am,
speak
do you
to
have
a
any other
breakout
questions?
room, Your Honor? Yes, can I have a breakout room moment for a moment?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's gonna
I'll give this Ms. Reagan.
DDC, what's your name?
Jerome Miguel Johnson.
Huh? Where is he? Bring him in. Have a seat in the front row, take off your coat. Who's logging in for the breakout room?
Mr. Reagan is working on it right now. And then are we ready on these? I can go grab all the other sheets and we can.
Jerome Johnson, that's this guy's name.
First, let me grab the sheets, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Johnson, state your name again for the record.
Jerome Miguel Johnson.
It's case number 240-595-4201. Pearson, Michigan versus Jerron Johnson. Appearances, please.
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748.
And good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, P78830, appearing on behalf of Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson has been advised of his constitutional rights, waives formal reading, stands mute, and asked that a not guilty plea be entered.
Coroner not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Johnson. Ms. Douglas, your bond recommendation.
Your Honor, this is a reissue after the case was dismissed at exam on July 15th, 2022, when a necessary witness failed to appear. No objection to $35,000 personal.
Ms. Rushing?
No objection to that personal bond, Judge. We're asking for 10.
All right, $35,000 personal bond, sir. While this case is pending, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons, and no ammunition. Is that clear?
Yes.
Probable cause December 16th, and preliminary examination December 23rd, both in front of Judge Taylor. Step aside. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Tyrese Woods, walk in. Step up to the podium, please. State your name. All right, this is case number 240-608-3801. People in Michigan versus Tyrese Woods. Appearances.
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748.
And good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, P78830, appearing on behalf of Mr. Woods this morning. Mr. Woods has been advised of his constitutional rights, waives formal reading, stands mute, and asks that a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
All right, coroner not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Woods. Ms. Douglas, bond recommendation.
Your Honor, this is a single count of CCW. Given that Mr. Woods walked himself into the court today, the people don't have concern about flight. We're not going to object to a $5,000 personal.
Your Honor, we join in that $5,000 personal.
$5,000 personal bond, Mr. Woods. Probable cause December 13th from the Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination December 20th from the Judge Marlena Taylor. While this case is pending, you're not possessing any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Have a seat in the front row. Wait for your paperwork, sir. All right, gentlemen at DDC, what's your name?
Devon Jones.
All right, this is case number 240-602-1001. People said Michigan versus is hold on one moment. Is Mr. Reagan logging on the iPhone or the traditional? Hold on. Give me one moment.
Wish I could read mine.
Oh, me too. iPhone, how can I help you? iPhone, how can I help you? All right, this is case number 240-602-1001. Case of Michigan versus Devon Jones. Appearances, please.
Samuel A. Ragnan for the people, Your Honor.
And good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, P78830, appearing on behalf of Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones has been advised of his constitutional rights, waives formal readings, stands mute, and that are not guilty to be entered on this debate.
Court order not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Jones. Bond recommendation, Mr. Ragnar.
They're asking for $10,000 personal bond, no prior.
Your Honor, we're asking for the same.
$10,000 personal bond, Mr. Jones. Probable cause, December 16th, preliminary examination, December 23rd, both in front of Judge Taylor. No assaultive behavior while this case is pending. Step aside, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you. All right.
Still waiting on Mr. Reagan to log in. Any day. Any day now. What's your name, sir?
Oh, Stedman Owens. Good morning.
What's that?
Stedman Owens. No, good morning.
All right, Mr. Owens, you have some traffic matters which you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for your arrest were issued. Court's going to set aside this maximum penalty. Well, anything you say can and will be against you. On the right to an attorney, can afford attorney. One will be appointed on your behalf. Tickets are P1203189. Driving a registered motor vehicle, no insurance. Open alcohol in vehicle. Ticket P1295284. No insurance misdemeanor. Ticket P1323006. No insurance misdemeanor. Ticket P1349248. Driving license suspended in proper place, no insurance misdemeanor. Ticket P1504754. Driving license suspended. Ticket P1558255. Leaving the scene of an accident, personal injury. Driving license suspended, no insurance misdemeanor. Ticket P1599991. Open alcohol in motor vehicle. Driving license not valid. Ticket P1600246. Consuming alcohol in public. On all of these traffic matters, sir, pretrial January 10th in front of Judge Sean Perkins. Now to your main matter. It's case number 240-590-7901. Peace of Michigan versus Stedman Owens. Appearances, please.
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748.
And good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, P78830, appearing on behalf of Mr. Owens. Mr. Owens has been advised of his constitutional rights, waives formal readings, stands mute, and that not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
Okay, coroner not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Owens. Bond recommendation. Ms. Douglas.
Your Honor, Mr. Owens, the people wouldn't object to $35,000 personal bond. He is currently on probation for receiving concealing stolen property motor vehicle and for a larceny less than 200 case. Your Honor, however, we would note that the dates of offense for those post-date the date of offense for this case here. I'm not sure why there is the delay in charging. So, Your Honor, I'm not going to object to a personal, given that if it had been charged at the same time, it probably would have a concurrent sentence. So, Your Honor, I'm not going to object to $35,000 personal.
Your Honor, we're asking for that $30,000 personal bond as well.
$35,000. Personal bond. No driving, sir. I know you like to disregard the laws, but no driving. You don't have, I don't think you have a valid license.
Yes, sir.
Probable cause, December 16th. Preliminary examination, December 23rd, both in front of Judge Taylor. Step aside, sir.
Tony, Derek Jacobs. Tony, Derek Jacobs, Larkin.
Mr. Larkin, you have some traffic matters which you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for arrest were issued. Court's going to set aside these arrest warrants. You approach the bond in each of these misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed on your behalf. Is that clear? The tickets are, give me one moment, please. The tickets are U158-39614, loitering, ticket SP 1207562, violation of basic speed law, U98765913, loitering, ticket U973-66013, entering a vacant building without owner's permission. Pretrial in all of these matters, January 10th, in front of Judge Sean Perkins. All right, now to your main matters. Case number 130-651-9301, Peterson, Michigan versus Tony Larkin. I have a capious bond from August 9th of 2021, $500, 10%. The case has been adjudicated, but it looks like he's failed to appear for his review date. Appearances, counsel.
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748.
And good morning, Your Honor. Speaking Russian P78830, obtained on behalf of Mr. Larkin. Mr. Larkin exercises his constitutional right to raise formal readings and stand to you, and ask that not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
Okay, this case is adjudicated, so he's failed to peer review. $500, 10% bond. Ms. Rushing, why should I not continue that bond?
Your Honor, my client, the capious was due to my client being in NDOC for 5 to 11.5 years. So that capious, that's the reason for the capious. We're just asking this to be reduced down to a personal bond. He will show up to court to get this closed out. It is an old case.
It is a very, very old case. Ms. Douglas?
Your Honor, I'm not objecting to a personal bond in this matter.
Okay. Excuse me, does anybody have any whiteout strips? $500 personal bond. Review date, December 18th in front of Judge Bryant. Thank you. Step aside, sir. What's your name?
Nigel Love.
Oh, how long are we gonna have Ms. Fonzo wait?
Excuse me? I can see you being fair.
Or I could remove her, it doesn't matter.
Just give it one more second. Go ahead.
All right, this is Mr. Nigel Love, case number 24060-61902. Peterson, Michigan versus Nigel Love. Appearances, please.
Samuel A. Ragnar for the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, P 78830, appearing on behalf of Mr. Love this morning. Mr. Love has been advised of his constitutional right to waive formal reading, stands mute, and asks that a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
Court, a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Love. My recommendation, Mr. Ragnar.
Yeah, this is a defendant facing 2 life charges, robbery, carjacking, as well as other charges. This is a reissue. The case was originally back in 10/6/23. Was
Okay,
just
let me pause you right there, Mr. Ragnar. This is a reissue. Why was it dismissed?
I believe there wasn't a witness, what I had information here.
Okay. And what was the bond set on that on the original case?
$250,000 cash surety, and then subsequently it was reduced to 100,000, 10%, which I have no rhyme or reason why I can understand. I think this remand from the very beginning, facing 2 life charges. This defendant admitted.
Are you arguing for the $250,000 bond originally set?
I'm arguing for a remand.
You're arguing for a remand.
No, I'd like the $250,000 cash surety reset, Your Honor, on this defendant.
Okay.
You don't want me to get into the facts?
No.
Okay.
No.
Thank you.
Response? Where is that noise coming from? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, we are asking for a personal bond to be issued in this. I do believe there is a least restrictive means that can be done to ensure that Mr. Loves appears to his court date. Prior, Judge, this is a reissue, which was dismissed because they didn't have witnesses appear. It's like.
Do you know that for sure, or are you speculating?
I'm going off of what the people said.
He's speculating.
Oh, well, if he's speculating, I'm taking his speculating and go with this, so double speculation.
Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, anyway, at some point this case was dismissed. It is now reissued. But this case happened back in October of 2023, and then it was reissued in November of this year. To my knowledge and understanding, there has been nothing that has happened between that date and now. So, Your Honor, we're asking for a personal bond in this matter. My client is in CDL training program. He's there Monday through Fridays, 9 to 3. He does make a weekly stipend from that, and so he's working. He's on his own 2 feet. So, Judge, we're just asking that he be released on a personal bond. But he will show up at court. There is no previous history to my knowledge.
Yeah,
Mr. Ragnar, 1 minute. You have the last word.
Yeah, first of all, I don't see what could be worse than the charge, except for there was a murder involved, number one. Number two, he was out because of the case was dismissed. But this case has overwhelming evidence. He's admitted it, co-defendants admitted it. They found the key fob from doing the bumping, as they claimed. They did it to 4 different vehicles. We went out bumping vehicles, took them, and then tried to sell them. Your Honor, evidence is overwhelming, as I said. Cash bond is definitely necessary in case they feel like going out and bumping again. So I'd ask the court to issue a $250,000 cash bond. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean.
No.
So he can't.
No, Ms. Russian. Hold on. Judge Williams, how can I help you?
I don't know. I got called on a hearing. Does anybody know?
I don't know.
A bond didn't be addressed or a hearing needs.
I just got a message from Mr. Reagan. Judge Williams is appearing on, I believe, the Fazo case.
You guys have a case number?
Yes.
Hold on. Can you give me Fazo, please? I just need one with the.
How are you doing, Judge?
Doing
All right. Ms. Fazo has 3 cases, retail fraud. I gave her personal bonds on the other 2. And the one I'm about to call, case number 24044859101, retail fraud. It had been adjudicated. Judge Kenyatta Stanford Jones set a $1,500 cash surety bond. And note that the defendant is considered absconded from probation. This bond was issued yesterday, December 5th. Ms. Rushing indicated on the record previously that she was incarcerated. It's all yours, Judge Williams.
All right. Ms. Rushing?
Yes, Judge. So on that case, the case was issued yesterday, on the 5th. It was a $1,500 cash bond that was set. Ms. Fazo was in the Wayne County Jail. It's not her fault that they didn't zoom her into the courtroom to be heard on that. Mr. Reagan also spoke with the city attorney or the prosecuting attorney in that courtroom, Mr. Galgan. He does not object to it being reduced down to a personal bond because of the fact that she was in the Wayne County Jail at the time.
What is Judge Stafford Jones available?
She is not here today, Judge. I think that's why you were called, I think.
Okay,
She's not
and then
here.
we'll set this at 15,000 personal.
You mean 1,500 personal?
1,500? Is that what?
Yeah, that's a bond, cash.
Yeah, we'll do 1,500 personal.
Okay, 1,500 personal it is then.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
Give me a call if you guys need me.
Thank you.
Okay.
Your Honor, I just didn't quite finish talking to Mr. Magistrate Burton about all the fingerprint evidence they have on this case,
On which case?
the carjacking case.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Ragnon. Let me just hold on.
Sorry. Your Honor.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Ragnon.
Well, Your Honor, I just want to mention there is fingerprint evidence on the Malibu, which is a stolen car that they used to run into the back of cars. They would pull over and then with armed get outside and steal their car. And there is physical evidence, and they found all the guns that were used. It's just, and they've all admitted it, Your Honor. So I don't know what more could be done except for a jury to come back and say, that's it. They're guilty.
Okay, let me ask you this one question, Mr. Ragnon.
Yes.
How long did it take between the time the case was dismissed to the reissued? Was it a matter of
You know,
days, weeks, or months?
Your Honor, I have no idea. It was dismissed back in March, so what was that, 6 months? 9 months almost?
It was dismissed in March of this year?
Yes, March 22nd.
And it was reissued
2024.
a few months later, November 22nd.
Right.
Okay.
But you know,
All right.
people have no control over that.
I know that. Okay, Mr. Ragnon, I get it. $100,000 personal bond. You're not possessing any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. No contact with Terrence Wilson and no driving.
Yes, sir.
How about a tether, Your Honor? You consider a tether?
With the no driving, he's in that CDL training program. That's Monday through Friday, 9 to 3.
No driving.
Can my mom
He drive, but he have a tether.
excuse me, can my mom drop me off? Is it okay if she drops me off?
Okay, no driving. Okay, have a good day.
But Your Honor, you won't consider a tether for these charges?
No.
Nature of
No. No.
Okay, thank you.
Didn't seem like you heard me the first time.
No, I did.
What's your name? Case number 240-609-1001. Peace to the Michigan versus Jalil Holman. Mr. Holman, you had some traffic matters which you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for arrest were issued. Court's going to set aside these arrest warrants, give you personal bond, and these misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. And the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be against you, and a right to an attorney. You can't afford an attorney, one will be put on behalf. Ticket is P1590329, loitering. Pretrial January 10th in front of Judge Millhouse on that matter. Now to your main matter, calling case number 240-609-1001. Houston, Michigan versus Jaleel Holman. Mr. Ragnon, Ms. Rushing, you give the nature of the offense, ties to community, lack of criminal history, and objection to a personal bond.
No, people are asking for
No, Your Honor.
$10,000 personal bond, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, $10,000 personal bond, sir. While this case is pending, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. Probable cause December 13th in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination December 20th, both in front of Judge Giles. Step aside. Have a good day.
Judge, I believe we have to recall, Love just briefly. We didn't get dates. We didn't get where they come up.
Love.
That's the one just prior to.
Oh, December 13th, December 20th. Probable cause, preliminary examination.
Thank you.
My apologies.
Thanks to your program officer.
Nothing but the best.
Nothing but the best.
What's your name, sir?
Ronald Brooks.
Ronald Brooks.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brooks, you have some traffic matters what you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for your arrest were issued. Court's going to set aside these arrest warrants, give you a personal bond, and issue misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. You can't afford an attorney. One will be put on your behalf. Ticket is P135-3943. Driving license suspended. Pretrial January 10th in front of Judge Tanisha Yancey on that matter. Now to your main matter, calling case number 240-609-1201, Peterson, Michigan versus Ronald Brooks. Appearances, please.
Samuel A. Ragnan for the people, Your Honor.
And good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, P78830, on behalf of Mr. Brooks. Mr. Brooks has been advised of his constitutional rights, waives formal reading, stands to you, and asks that a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
All right, court of not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Brooks, given the nature of the offense, ties to community, lack of criminal history, and objection to a personal bond.
No, the people are asking for a $10,000 personal bond.
Objection, Judge.
$10,000 personal bond, Mr. Brooks, while this case is pending, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Pretrial December 13th in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination December 20th in front of Judge Jefferson. Step aside, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What's your name?
I'm Jamie Neeks.
Mr. Meeks, you have some traffic matters in which you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for your arrest were issued. The court's going to set aside these arrest warrants, your personal bond, and each of these misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be against you. You have right to an attorney. Can afford an attorney. One will be put on behalf. Tickets are P942892, entering a vacant building without written authorization. Ticket U49400518, entering a vacant building without written permission. Ticket P1013007, driving an arrested motor vehicle, no insurance misdemeanor, driving license not valid. Ticket SP10658061, driver license never acquired. In each of these misdemeanor matters, you're given a personal bond, no dollar amount. Pretrial January 10th for the Judge Michael Wagner. All right, now to your main matter. Case number 240-609-1301. Peterson, Michigan versus Jamie Meeks. Appearances, please.
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, P 78830, appearing on behalf of Mr. Meeks this morning. Mr. Meeks has been advised of his constitutional rights, waives formal readings, and mute, and asked that a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
Okay. Not guilty plea be entered on his behalf. APA Rhonda Hadar, are you appearing on this case?
Hi, Judge. I'm on Eric Golson. I don't believe this
Eric
is.
Golson, okay. All right. I stand corrected. All right, Ms. Douglas, are you seeking a remand?
Yes, Your Honor. The people are Jennifer Douglas for the people, P 72748. The people are seeking a remand pursuant to MCR 6.106 B1A1 or 6.106 B1A2. Your Honor, he's revandable under both, given that
Right.
one, he's on parole for an armed robbery while charged with the commission of another violent felony, and then also because he is charged with murder, and then also because actually 3 times over because he's charged with armed robbery. So,
Okay.
Your Honor,
Okay,
we are
I got
seeking
it,
remand.
I got it. Ms. Rushing, why should I remand your client?
Your Honor, at this time, we're asking Your Honor to consider a cash bond. Again, our client, these are, we understand the seriousness of these charges. These are allegations at this point. Your Honor, there are also several other involved parties.
I know that.
So with that, Your Honor, but these, again, they're allegations, and we're asking for this to have a cash bond of some sort. You know, he looks forward to his day in court. He will appear in court dates, and I have no idea of any prior criminal history, or any, I'm sorry, prior KP's history. We already know that there's prior criminal history. I apologize.
Well, I reviewed the investigator's report in this matter this morning, and I didn't realize he had been convicted of armed robbery and then allegedly committing an armed robbery with himself and other individuals, a cannabis store. And unfortunately, it looks like he ended up being shot and had to go to the hospital as well because there was crossfires. And somebody ended up dead in the crossfire. Mr. Meeks ended up with just a gunshot wound, and the other person ended up deceased. I don't know of a better way of the more clearer definition of danger to the community, and for the reasons articulated by Ms. Douglas, given the statements he made to the police while after being Mirandized, I'm going to remand him in the custody of jail under MCR 6.106 for the reasons articulated by Ms. Douglas. Probable cause, December 16th. Preliminary examination, December 23rd. The preliminary examination is December 23rd at 1:45 p.m. Both matters in front of Judge Sabri. Step aside, sir.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bless somebody.
Thank you.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Brandon Dion Rasheen Kelly.
Dion Rasheen Kelly, case number 240-609-1401. Who said Michigan versus, keep it abbreviated, Brandon Kelly. Appearances, please.
Samuel Ragland for the people, Your Honor.
And good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, P 78830, appearing on behalf of Mr. Kelly. Mr. Kelly has been advised of his constitutional rights, waives formal reading, stands mute, and asks that a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
Okay, court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Kelly. Given the nature of the offense, ties community, lack of criminal history, and objection to a personal bond.
People are asking for $10,000.
No objection to the personal bond. Judge.
$10,000 personal bond, Mr. Kelly. While this case is pending, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Probable cause, December 13th, in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination, December 20th, in front of Judge Giles. Step aside. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What's your name?
Eric Golson.
Mr. Joseph, you have some traffic matters which you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for arrest were issued. Court's going to set aside these arrest warrants, give you a personal bond, and each of these misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of up to 90 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. Can afford an attorney. One will be appointed on behalf. The tickets are P1210017. Use and display fictitious driver's license. Ticket P1231857. Driver unlicensed. Ticket P1302684. Driver license suspended. No insurance misdemeanor. Reckless driving. Ticket P1356152. Driver license suspended. Ticket P1588159. Driving the rest of motor vehicle in proper place. Driver license suspended. In each of these misdemeanor matters, so you get a personal bond, no dollar amount. Pre-trial, December, strike that. Pre-trial, January 10th, for the Judge Sean Perkins. Now to your main matters. Case number 240-609-1501. People State, Michigan versus Eric Golson. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Rhonda Hadar for the people, P84161.
Good morning, Ms. Hadar.
And good morning, Honor. Sydney Rushing, P78830, appearing on behalf of Mr. Golson this morning. Mr. Golson has been advised of his constitutional rights, waives formal reading, stands mute, and has that a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
Okay, not guilty plea be entered on behalf of Mr. Golson. Ms. Hadar, your bond recommendation.
Thank you, Judge. People are asking for a high cash bond in this case, perhaps around 500,000 cash. Mr. Golson is charged as a co-defendant. That is the bond for the other defendant in the case, which is why I'm suggesting that in this case. There's a few reasons why the people are asking for such a high cash bond in this case. One, due to the seriousness of the allegations. Mr. Golson admits that he went to the location where the shooting happened, that he discharged.
Hold on, Ms. Hadar, let me interrupt you. I just want to record. I arraigned the co-defendant on this case a little while ago, so I'm very familiar with the facts.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Judge. So I won't touch on the facts. I will touch on Mr. Golson's criminal history. He does have 2 different cases under HIDA right now that he is still on HIDA probation for, to Judge Bridget Hathaway at Third Circuit Court. The charges in those cases include larceny and receiving, concealing stolen property motor vehicle and a resisting, obstructing arrest. His HIDA probation on that runs through 2025. In addition, Mr. Golson's house was searched a couple days ago. Police found at least 4 or 5 firearms in that house, which would be in direct violation of his probation. And so for those 2 reasons, the people are asking, in addition, obviously this court is very familiar with the facts of the case, but are asking for a high cash bond.
Okay, Ms. Rushing?
Yeah, we're asking for, again, we understand the serious nature of the charges. We're asking for a lower cash bond and potentially a 10% provision. As the people indicated, is that Mr. Golson is currently on probation. One thing that does show us that he does show up for court. So I don't believe that there's any cases.
I'm not concerned about him being a flight risk. I'm concerned about him being a danger to the community.
I understand, Your Honor, and Your Honor, I believe a potential GPS tether could help with that, along with a lower cash bond. He does work, Your Honor. He works in the construction 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. But again, Your Honor, we're just asking for a lower cash bond and potentially a 10% provision.
What type of construction? Is it seasonal?
Your Honor, I'm not sure. Mr. Golson, is it seasonal or what type of construction is it?
Main drain plumbing service. I fixed some houses for my uncle who got a CDL. His name is Sean Davis.
Hold on, Mr. Golson. That's enough. Thank you. Your Honor, he works on houses with his uncles. Sounds like it's in the plumbing.
Okay, so it's not construction, it's plumbing, specifically.
I'm reading the words that I have.
I know, we all are. We all are. Okay, like I said, I'm very familiar with I arraigned the co-defendant a short time ago, and unfortunately, a 2-year-old was shot. And that just bothered me, troubled me when I first read this. And the co-defendant, what I was really concerned about was that his son was also in the house, and these 2 individuals endangered not only a 2-year-old but other individuals in the house. So I'm going to give him the same bond as the co-defendant, $500,000 cash surety. Excuse me. You're not possessing any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. No contact with the Dickerson address. No contact with Amari Daniels. Bond redetermination will be December 9th from the Chief Judge McConicle. Probable cause December 13th from the Judge Jefferson. Preliminary examination December 18th in front of Judge Jefferson. Anything else either attorney wants to put on the record?
Judge, just in the alternative, in the event that Mr. Golson does make the bond, would the court impose a tether requirement?
Sure.
Thank you.
GPS tether 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew. Anything else from other councils?
Nothing for the people.
Okay, step aside, sir.
Thank you.
A what?
One female.
One female what? Jamie Williams Big?
That's she's a female judge.
Jamie's a female? All right. She on the female side? Hello. Hello, DDC. How are you? How are we doing? What's your name, ma'am?
Jamie Williams Big.
All right, it's case number 240-609-1101. Peterson, Michigan versus Jamie Williams Bay. Appearances, please.
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748.
Your Honor, Sydney Rushing, P78830, appearing on behalf of Ms. Williams Bay. Ms. Williams Bay has been instructed for constitutional rights, waives formal reading, stands mute, and asks that a not guilty plea be entered on her behalf.
Court of not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Williams Bay. Given the nature of the offense, ties community, lack of criminal history, any objection to a personal bond?
Your Honor, the people wouldn't object to a $5,000 personal bond.
We have no objection, Judge.
$5,000 personal bond, Ms. Williams Bay. While this case is pending, you're not possessing any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Is that clear?
I'm sorry?
You're not possessing any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Probable cause December 13th in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination December 20th in front of Judge Taylor. Step aside. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, that concludes the morning docket.